Hey y'all, it is the first Sunday of 2025. How are y'all feeling? Happy New Year. Y'all, I'm just feeling really good today. Like I got to sleep in today, do some journaling. Like this Sunday has been pretty relaxing thus far for me. So in a moment, we are going to do some eyelash cluster extensions today before we actually jump into our makeup look for today. And I haven't quite decided exactly what I want to do with the makeup look today. It really just depends on how the eyelashes come out, to be honest. So I already have my lashes prepped. I'm using the Alphanez lash cluster extension kit. With this lash cluster kit, you get like 3 different, I guess you could say, thickness of the lash clusters. So they come in a 60p. You also have 80p and 100p. So I'm going to be using the 80p in the middle. And I kind of always, I guess you could say, do a cat eye because of the almond shape of my eyes. So pretty much with a cat eye look, excuse me, with the cat eye look, you do longer lashes on the outer corner and then you do shorter lashes as you get close to the inner corner of the eye. So I already have my lashes prepped. For my right eye, I'm gonna do my right eye first, and I'm gonna do my left eye. So I decided to go a little bit longer. I normally stick with the, thank you, Holly. How are you? I'm about to do my eyelashes. Today I'm doing a cat eye look, so I'm gonna start off with longer lashes on the outer corner and then make them shorter when I go towards the inner corner. I have some 18, 16, 14, 12, and 10s that I'm gonna be using. So I'm gonna do my eyelash application a little bit differently this time. Thank you, Holly. So I normally do like the glue on the extensions and on my lashes, but I'm just gonna apply it to my lashes this time. We'll see. I just want to see if that makes the application easier for me. So I am using, this is the VI's Beauty Bond and Seal for lash extensions, for cluster lash extensions. And this is all I got left. So we're going to see. Hopefully we can get a full set out of this. But the first thing that I'm doing, I'm just going to apply the bond like it's a mascara. Hi, y'all. Thank you for hopping on. So I'm going to work on the outer corner first. And let me go ahead and get me, anytime I'm doing my lash clusters, I like to have a small magnifying mirror handy just so that way I can look up close. Like I do have a big mirror, but it's nothing like having that close up mirror. So the first thing, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. How are you? So the first thing I'm going to do is apply some bond to the outer corner of my lashes. I'm going to start with those first. Thank you. And oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. So we got some bond applied on the outer corner. And I like to do a little bit at a time. I don't like to do the whole entire eye because this bond does dry pretty quickly. And I'm going to take the lash cluster and pretty much place that underneath my lash line. Just like that. And then pretty much repeat the same thing throughout the whole entire process. But I'm gonna go, bye Holly. Thanks for jumping on and subscribing. And I do have a full tutorial. So now we're gonna move on to the lashes right beside that one. Hello. So that was my first 18, and now I'm gonna apply another 18 right beside that one. And I'm just placing it kind of overlapping a little bit of the previous lash. So I'm kind of overlapping them together so that way there's no gaps or spaces. Any skincare for men's? I do have a skincare video that I just did on my channel for dry skin. Thank you so much. So I do have a skincare video that's listed on my channel for some products if you do have dry or normal skin that you can check out from Ulta Beauty. I do have that listed on my channel, and it's not geared towards a specific gender at all. Thank you for subscribing. And we're just going to keep on moving. I do like this way of doing it, especially if you're a beginner, just taking your time with it and applying one lash at a time. So those, thank you. So those two were the 18s. Now we're moving on to 16s. And I'm just going to place that right beside the 18. Thank you. And I'm going to apply a little bit more glue so that way I can apply my other 16. And we're just gonna overlap that one. So the key to also getting them to look nice and full is just overlapping the eyelashes. So I'm gonna get a little closer so you guys can see there aren't really any gaps in between each eyelash cluster that I put. I am from the United States. So far we have two 18s and two 16s. So I have 3 lashes left that I'm going to apply, 3 more clusters left. So now we're getting a little bit closer into the inner corner. And again, all I'm doing is just taking the bond side, and it applies kind of like a mascara. And I'm just going to take that and apply that to my natural lashes. And I like to be really generous with this as well. So don't be afraid to apply a generous amount of bond to the lashes when you do this step. So now I'm moving on to my 14. Yes, my name is Ashley. And then I also like to take the edge of the tweezer and kind of press that against the band so that way it just further secures the eyelash cluster in place. And then now we have just 2 more clusters left. So that was the 14. Oh, thank you so much. What is your name? All right, so now we're gonna move on to a 12. And this is a little bit shorter. And honestly, I could stop right here with the 12, but I am gonna try to see if I can get that 10 in the very, very inner corner. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of the bond and apply that to my inner corner of my lashes. And I am kind of applying some of this bond on that 12 that we did too as well, because I am going to overlap that with the 10. And now we have the 10-inch. See, is it a long eye? Is it Sido or Cedo? Okay. And just like that, we have 2 18s, 2 16s, a 14, a 12, and a 10 on this is my right eye. So we have it 1 layer of lashes. So I think I don't know. I've been kind of liking a more natural lash look lately. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go in with another layer. So if you wanted to make this a little bit more of like a volumizing set, so giving it more fullness, all you would have to do was repeat the same process that we did and just apply some glue to the band of the cluster and apply those in the same order to give it more fullness. But I'm not sure if I want to add any more. I'm kind of liking how this looks, and it feels very lightweight as well. So I think we're gonna stop with one layer of lashes for today. So I think I'm gonna come back another time and do a volumizing set with y'all. So, and then again, these are the 80p. So with the Alphanez lashes, you get different levels of thickness in this lash kit. So you have 60p, 80p, and 100p. And as you guys can see, I've really been using the 80ps because I feel like they give you a nice balance of wispiness, but they also provide some fullness as well without being like overly dramatic. So I'm gonna pick out some more lashes so that way we can do the left eye. But here's another close-up again so you guys can see the right eye compared to the left eye. So yeah, we definitely need to go ahead and get the lashes popping on this side. And I would suggest, if you are a beginner to applying these type of lashes, before you get started, go ahead and prep your lashes like how I'm doing it right now, because it'll just make your application way more seamless instead of trying to like pull each one as you go. And you do want to be gentle. When I pull them from the tray, I do go to the base of it and just gently lift it up, because if you pull it up too forcefully, you will rip the lash. So you got to be careful. And this one is kind of getting stuck. There we go. So I got an 18 and another 18. And then we're gonna move on to some 16s. All right, so here's the 16. If it'll get off. And I hope you guys had a really good New Year's holiday. I definitely cannot believe that we're already 1 week, almost, pretty much almost a weekend to the new year already. Like, I feel like time is just flying on by. Like, we're gonna blink it. It's gonna be like summertime, and then holidays and Christmas all over again. Okay, so we got two 18s, two 16s. Let me pick out two 14s. Got two 14s, and then I'm going to do, oops, I need one 14. Okay, so two 18s, two 16s, a 14, a 12, and a 10. So let me grab a 12 and then a 10. Ooh. And see, I kind of ripped that 10. I ripped that 10 too. There we go. Now we got a 10. All right, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna start with the outer corner and then work our way into the inner corner. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my mirror up and close. And actually, before I apply bond to this side, I am gonna go ahead and seal this side. So with the VI's Beauty, you have the bond on one side and then the seal on the opposite end. So I'm just gonna take the seal side, and really a little bit of this product goes a long way. And you do wanna make sure that you are kind of looking up when you apply the seal. So I'm gonna apply the seal and just tap it on the base of the lashes. And then you definitely want to take your time with this step, because I'm not gonna say, like, I have gotten it in my eye before on accident, but it doesn't burn like too crazy or anything like that. It doesn't have a really harsh feel, but you still don't want to get it in your eye. So just take your time when you're doing this step. And then even if I was gonna apply another layer of lashes, I would still go ahead and seal the first layer before I went in and applied the second layer. So now we have the seal on that side. And I also like to go in with a fan so that way I can speed up the drying time. And this just helps to get everything nice and locked in place. And if you don't have like a fan like this, you can just use anything that you have handy. You can even use the case that the lashes come in to just fan your eyes so that way your seal dries. And now I'm ready to move on to the other eye. So again, we're gonna go back in with the V Eyes Beauty Lash Bond for cluster lashes. And we're gonna take our time working on the outer corner and getting closer to the inner corner of the eye. And we're just gonna apply some of the bond to the outer corner. And you do wanna make sure you're doing this on clean lashes. So you don't wanna have like any mascara or makeup or anything on your lashes when you go in to apply your clusters. And we're first gonna start with an 18. And I'm just going to place that right underneath my lash line. Ooh, I don't know what that is. Ooh, okay. All right, I'm gonna apply a little bit more. And I'm gonna grab another 18. And again, the key to making them look a whole lot more fuller is just making sure you overlap them a little bit when you apply them. So that way there are no gaps or spaces. And sometimes, you know, this happens. You're not always able to apply it seamlessly. So just go back in. And then I like to press the bottom of the lash as well once I have it in place. So now we're going to apply a little bit more, working our way in the middle of the eye. And again, you definitely want to make sure you're very generous when you apply your bond, because this is what's going to help to make your lashes long lasting. And for me personally, I personally don't like to wear any type of lash, whether it's a cluster lash or a strip lash. Now, professional lash extensions, I'm not talking about those, but strip lashes and cluster lashes, I don't like to wear them longer than a week. That's just me. But you can wear these like 2 to 3 weeks, as long as you're shampooing them like 3 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week. Then you can get away with wearing these for like about a week or 2. Maybe 3. 3 is kind of stretching it, but 2 weeks for sure. You can get 2 weeks out of these. Okay, so far we have done 2 18s and 2 16s on the outer and middle of the eye. So I'm gonna go back in and apply some more of the lash bond. And we're gonna start working on these on the inner corner. And I'm going to take a 14. Hello, Savannah. All right, so we got our 14 on and we just got 2 more to go. Hi, Aubrey. So we're gonna grab a little bit more of the lash bond and apply that on the inner lashes on the inner corner. And again, it's okay if you get a little bit of the bond on the actual lash cluster because I am overlapping them so that way there aren't any gaps or spaces in the lashes. So now we're gonna go in with our 12. And honestly, I could stop, but I want to make it completely even. So I'm going to apply a little bit more of the bond so that way we can get our last lash on, which is the 10. And I'm also going to apply some of that to the actual cluster as well, so that way it has something to stick to. All right, so now I'm gonna apply the 10-inch. And this one is always tricky for me to do. The last one on the inner corner on my left eye for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, so now we have a full set of lashes on both sides. So we have 18, 18, 2 16s, a 14, a 10, and a 12. Yeah, 10 and a 12 on the lashes. Oh, that was loud. Let me turn that down some. There we go. So before I go in with the seal on this side, I'm just gonna let this dry down just a little bit before I go in with the seal on this side. But this side definitely should be dry by now, which it is. And you'll be able to tell when the seal is dry because it will clear up. You won't be able to see any residue. So this is what one eye looks like, and we just gotta go ahead and seal this side. And again, if you wanted to make these a lot more fuller, you could go in with another layer of lashes and just take the glue and actually apply it to the bond of the lash or the band of the lash and then apply them to your eyes. And the other thing that I really do like about this particular lash kit, it does give you pretty much some guidance on the different eye shapes. So if you don't know what your eye shape is or what would be a flattering look for your eye shape, you can always look at the chart that they had. And this is the Alphanez, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but this is the Alphanez lashes that you can get on Amazon. I do have another full video of these lashes on my channel too if you want to further check them out. And now we're gonna go ahead and seal off this left eye. So I'm gonna take the seal side of the VI's Beauty clusters. And I'm just going to tap the seal along the base of the eyelashes. And I'm just gonna get a little bit more seal so that way I can get the inner corner. Hello. And so let me go ahead and get this inner corner. Ooh. Not me poking myself in the nose. Okay, and now I'm gonna go in with my little fan so that way I can dry the seal in place. And I do like to kind of like hold my lashes up. Hello, thanks for hopping on. I'm gonna pull my lashes, my eyelid up too as well, just so that I can make sure I'm drying the seal thoroughly underneath my eye. Thank you. Okay. And just like that, you have a full set of lashes done. So I definitely, like if I wanted to make this more dramatic, you could definitely go in with another layer of lashes. But this is what we have for tonight. And I hope you guys really did enjoy this walkthrough of doing some cluster lashes. And I hope that you guys are having a good start to your 2025 and that you guys had a wonderful New Year's holiday and just a good first week of the new year. You guys, I'm just super duper excited for how this new year is just going to continue to go. So I hope that you guys have a good week and a happy rest of your Sunday evening, and I will see you guys later. Bye, y'all.